Did someone say esports?
No.
No? Oh, I could have sworn I heard someone say esports. Well, doesn't matter because we got some great esports coming up here in just a second. This is SoO versus ByuL, casted by Tasteless and Artosis with a little bit of a cold, a little bit of a runny nose. Is your nose running?
It's really
well,
runny.
You better go catch it, Artosis, because we're going to have to cast this game.
That was good.
Yeah. I don't know. It's when I have these jokes, it's like the Beautiful Mind music is playing in my head, Artosis. Yeah. We're going to go into game number 4 in just a second here. Right now, ByuL is up with a 2-1 lead over his opponent, SoO. ByuL really bringing out a lot of aggression here, and it's paying off. This is game number 4. In the upper left, in the red, he needs to turn this series around. He is SoO. And in the bottom left, in the blue, our other Zerg player in the lead, he is ByuL.
Okay. Looks like this time SoO is going to be the one getting aggressive.
Yeah, well, this is why we have these players at the phase of a tournament like this play a best of 5. It's not just about having good control and knowing what builds to use. It's also about adapting to your opponent's play style. And SoO has definitely shifted gears here. Did he do it too late? We're going to find out. But he's going to be the one definitely being a little bit more aggressive. However, the pool timing here for ByuL would negate that.
You're right.
From turning this game on its head and it being
it's not going to
the defender aggressor. It's actually going to be what we would call low econ.
Yeah, it's like with the pool before the hatchery there from ByuL, he saves himself a big headache. And if he hadn't done that, this would go really well for SoO because even his Overlord's going in the right direction, whereas ByuL's is not. So this would have been very tough indeed. But ByuL should be able to hold on here. How much damage will SoO do, though?
We'll have to see. I don't think this is going to be a real hindrance on either player. Note, by the way, he's pooling his lings. And when we say that, what we really mean is that he's keeping all the lings back until he absolutely has to show them. And a lot of times that can tip the scale in the favor of the person who's going to be moving out. Now, the fact that ByuL did go for an early pool here means he definitely, as long as he doesn't make any huge blunders, should be fine.
These lings about to move out now, they're going to have speed when they actually hit the engage, and that's what's really important. They're going to be seen very late as well because ByuL scout in the wrong direction to start. Just kind of a random thing that happens on 4-player maps sometimes. But this has potential, man. We don't really have that many lings out for ByuL.
Well, that was a fortunate spot.
Yeah.
Went right into the tower. You don't necessarily have to go this way, but because SoO was trying to mask how many lings he had, headed down here to the south where ByuL's base is, he did go in that direction, but on a map especially this size, he should be prepared for this. The lings are now coming up. Note that ling speed is moments away from finishing. That's almost more important than the number of lings themselves here. And we got a surround here on the Queen.
Yeah, the lings just run right up. Some drones are there as well, and a ton of damage being dealt here by SoO. He wants to take a quick victory, and that might even be what happens.
Drones going down one by one. 3 kills already. The second Queen is out. He regroups, SoO does rather, to try to maximize the amount of damage now. Putting his attention over here on the hatchery. ByuL in a defensive position, holding the ramp, hoping to hang on as more and more lings do come down here. Again, lings versus speedlings versus slowlings. Speedlings are always going to come out on top, and any miscontrol here from that slower player is very easily punished, as we see here, and the Queen now goes down. This may be a game that ends faster than anything we've had to cast so far in this tournament, Artosis.
Yeah, it looks like it is over, Tasteless. He gets the spine as well. The drones came down to fight, and just more of them are going to end up dying.
I didn't think this attack was going to do this much damage.
No, I didn't either.
But initially I was looking at the lings, and I saw that speed was that far away. The sheer amount of time that we've had in between these the upgrades, the distance here between the upgrades finishing is so big that ByuL is taking a serious beating. Luckily, his hatchery is still there, but he was hanging on for dear life for about a minute there.
He truly was, and his drone count really suffered because of it. He lost some queens and all that, and SoO continues to put on the pressure, but with speed finishing here for ByuL, he is going to have counterattack potential.
Okay, he's coming up now. You can see the positioning here. He wants to see if he can't get that queen. Coming in now. Great micro here by SoO, pulling back the weaker links. But rather, SoO continues just to press forward here. This may be too much, especially with no queen here to defend.
Oh man, the Ling's getting on top of ByuL's Lings, trying to get up this ramp as well. He tries to hold it as it is a skinnier area, but SoO is just staying ahead non-stop.
Okay, he's coming out now. Not enough Lings here to defend. The hatchery's so low, about 10% of its health remaining, and it's getting lower and lower. I don't think at a rate that maybe SoO can't keep up with. Now rotating around, 33 health, 12, 5, 8 HP left over, 6 HP.
That is craziness right there. He has got to end up getting a kill. 2 Lings trying to run back, but look at this. He's trying to make a wall with his Zerglings. He's trying to catch anything trying to come in. And SoO, he's juking and jiving. He's trying to get on this hatchery.
Oh! It goes down. Nicely done.
That is such an important pickoff. If he hadn't killed that, it all would have been for naught. But having killed that off, if SoO pulls back into a defensive position for a little bit, the amount of extra larva he has is really going to snowball on ByuL.
The Overlord now being pushed back. SoO just regrouping right now. I don't know if there's a window of time here where ByuL can try to do a counter punish here for SoO losing a decent amount of Lings there in that fight. But ByuL with a decent surround, putting SoO on the run. Is this going to be the kind of damage that SoO needs to recuperate? A Baneling's Nest is on the way. No second hatchery in sight here for ByuL. He might have to do a counter all in, Artosis.
Yeah, that might be exactly what he has to do, but look at how many Banes are being made right now by SoO. He is going to be the one that keeps staying aggressive, and with those Banes, the Baneling Nest just finishing. Like, we don't see any Banes started. Okay, just now a couple start for ByuL, but the Banes are done for SoO. He might be able to just break him here.
These guys are just turning it up to 11 and tearing off the knob, man.
They're rabid.
They are, yeah, foaming at the mouth here. They are just going for it. The Baneling's now coming in. He might have to trade Baneling into Baneling here. ByuL will, if he has to survive in this game. The ramp has been blocked. One Baneling detonates and allows the Lings to spill in.
Oh man, the Baneling's getting on top of all these Zerglings now, trying to chase them all down.
Okay.
Some more Banelings are up. These are low health Banelings, so he's got to go get rid of them somewhere.
Going for workers right now. He needs to use that Queen to target down the remaining Banelings. Some of the drones are bruised. Good angling here with the Queen to try to defend. Meanwhile, a counter attack here by ByuL.
Yeah, ByuL trying to get something done. Again, he doesn't have an additional hatchery, so even if SoO's a little bit cost inefficient, it doesn't matter. Lings are cheap, and he has 2 hatcheries with 2 Queens.
He's making more Banelings. There's a lull in the storm right now. And it looks as though ByuL is interested in possibly coming in here and hitting again. Oh, my God. Okay. That was...
That's an important
It could have been
thing.
worse. That could have been much worse.
Yeah, he could have lost absolutely everything there, but, you know, ByuL needs a few more things like that to happen if he's going to win this game.
The Lings now for SoO, a small platoon of them, are headed over here to try to come in and do some damage to the bottom left, but it looks like it's already been denied right now. He's probably going to use these Lings now to scout, try to get an idea if there's any other tech variation happening on this side of the map. Does not manage to kill off a drone down there.
He keeps scouting that ByuL just doesn't have a natural and continues to make Lings. He has almost no drones, 13. That is not full saturation on his face.
A lot of players would have pulled back after... oh, that's it. He taps out. A lot of players would pull back after doing that initial damage, but SoO... I mean, this guy was foaming at the mouth. He was a rabies nerd.
Yeah, which is really weird because there's no rabies in Korea. So
I know.
We might have to put him down.
He's not going to get his rabies shots until after this series is over. That much is for sure. ByuL really doing... well, he's just on his back foot for most of that.
Yeah, he really was. It was a good rush by SoO, and ByuL was not able to recover. Seems like the aggressive players are really having the advantages here in this match.
I don't think that game number 5 is really going to look that different either. It just does come down to this last match. We definitely called it that this will go to game 5 no matter what.
Yeah.
These guys are making for some fantastic ZvZs.
Indeed, they are. Echo going to be our 5th map, so definitely is one that can be very easily defended. It's a very small ramp going up into the natural.
Yeah, and we are actually having that game load up right now. Guys, tell your friends to join us. We still have another great match after this series is done. This is the final game between these two players, SoO